And we are live. I just messed that intro up. We are live here at Daytona, the oval part of this track tonight. I'm joined by Andrew. Thank God I have somebody else in the booth. Looks like my SDK has just decided to die on itself. Believe it has there for half a second. Believe that should refresh it. Looks like we're having somebody load in here.
Hey.
Looks like that'll probably refresh it here.
When somebody wants to have a salad, and you got to let him enjoy his salad.
No, you can just eat it while you're talking. I tried doing it with the sore throat. It wasn't very fun. So, okay. Just choking ain't that hard. We saw last race, Ellison, he took the win home. That's weird. Looks like looks like SDK's decided to freeze on itself. I don't believe that'll be a problem. It'll refresh. They're only in qualifying right now, so nothing you are really missing. It's single car qualifying right now, so not that big of a deal. These drivers out there. I'll make sure that none of them are on track here really quick for y'all. Looks like, yeah, nobody else is out on track. Just making sure. But, Andrew, what are you looking for, in this race, the oval part of this? It's a super speedway.
Well, since the field is only kind of small, 15 cars, I believe that we're going to have some clean racing throughout most part of the race tonight. I'm not sure if they're on adjusted field or not, since, I just got in. But I do believe that it won't get crazy until the final 5 laps. So we're in for a really good, long pit strategy show.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we saw at these super speedways. Seems to be what it comes down to. Looks like, yeah, SDK sorted itself out to last trucks are not going to be racing. That's the 99 and 31, I believe. 99 is race control. But I'll pull up the starting grid here for you all really quick. It'll be loaded. So it's going to be Doug Newbig, and he's going to lead him to green, followed by Gabriel Ellison, John Peely third, Brandon Zimmerman fourth, John Brunner fifth, Stu Leslie sixth, Clinton Sneed seventh, eighth is Wayne Lowe, ninth Brian Knoll, 10th Michael Garone, 11th Joey Okapin, 12th James Nelson, 13th Zachary Hockenmeyer, 14th Joseph Pliger, 15th Anthony Thurber, 16th Matthew Ela, which I believe some of those drivers will not be in the race, so you'll see their names disappear here really soon. We saw Ellison, he took home the first win. It was at the road course part of this track. Looks like he was absolutely just out in front of all these drivers. It was really no competition at that point for him. I mean, it was just, he just pulled away. So he's probably looking to do that again in this race. And if he can come home, 2 for 2, that will be a pretty big accomplishment for him. I'd say that he'd be pretty happy with that.
I mean, winning one race in anything is tough, but if you can win back-to-back races, that's a good night.
Yeah, you always, that's kind of a thing, saying, yeah, like, I'm better than y'all here. Wins the road course, which the road course is not an easy track. That's one thing that I struggle with all the time is road courses in general, so it's pretty hard to do that there. Then if you come and win the oval, and that kind of shows, I can run most of these tracks that I need to. You can be a short track racer, or even a complete driver in general. That's what people are looking for today in NASCAR. But it's going to be the 7 of Doug. He's going to have the 27 of Ellison to his outside. Ellison's going to have the 17 of Brandon Zimmerman. And Peely, who had a pedal issue last race, which I know how that feels, man. I've had so many pedal issues in league stuff that I did. I didn't have brakes, one of them. But so he didn't get to finish that race, didn't get to finish that he wanted. It seems like at these tracks, though, it's it's really avoiding wrecks sometimes. I'm not sure if I don't think they have a fast repair, so it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers drive, if anything changes with them throughout the race. But yeah, I believe so it's a 15 truck field at 999 is the race control. He has to get in the truck at least to start this. So looks like we think the 20 is a new racer. I didn't see him last race. I don't remember seeing the 87. 17's paint schemes finally matched his truck. I think he was having issues with that matching earlier. Now this is when I've realized now this is actually about the same length that the HSR races are for these super speedways.
Well, from many experiences from doing super speedway racing, it's all about patience and where you want to be. Because typically in larger fields, you either want to be right up front or you want to be right in the back. You don't want to sit in that middle unless the field really starts to spread out.
Yeah,
But since it's a small field, anything can happen.
sitting in this middle is kind of bad, but green flag's in the air. The 7 gets a good fire off. He's going to be followed by the 77 of Peely. 27's on his outside. He's going to try to get the 17 of Zimmerman to come to his bumper, come to his aid. He actually hops down now behind Biggins. See that middle lane? That middle lane always seems to get formed up, and they always have something special with them. They don't even have to have that many trucks, but once they get somebody lined up, they they always seem to get a good run. It's going to be the 83 now. He's got the 29, trying to give him a shove. You can see them struggle. These trucks kind of wiggling around just a little bit, trying to square up that bumper just perfectly, because there's a lot of times where drivers will get offset just a little bit, and they'll hook that driver right in front of them and send them right around. That's what they got to be very careful with here tonight. But I don't think anything will start happening, until a little bit later in the race, that is.
Well, already they're trying to make that outside lane try to work.
The 83's he's making it work just a little bit. You don't see it working super heavily, but he's gotten beside the 27, and it's not even really them touching each other. It's just the arrow shove. The 83's going to go to the lead now. He's going to try to challenge Doug for it, see if he can get down in front. But when the 83 if he does get in front, that is, will he decide to duck down, or will he stay in that middle lane? Most drivers tend to make the choice that, I'm going to come down in that bottom lane, then that leaves the middle lane with a new leader. And that new leader in that middle lane comes by him and jumps down. It's kind of like everybody just kind of swaps positions. You see the 27 looking around the bumper, the 7 trying to give him a shove. 83, he's gone to lead. 7's trying to fight. He's trying to fight him for it, though, ever so slightly. Not really letting it go.
It's a 60 laps race, and these guys are definitely trying to take it easy, but yet don't want the racing to be too lopsided.
Yeah, that 83's out in front now. Will he try to take the 29 with him, or will he jump down in front of the 7? He's got a choice. He's looking middle lane. He can't come down now because it's too late. He'd get turned if he went across the nose of the 7. That'd be terrible for these guys up in the front of the pack. This is Super Speedway. Great equalize. 29. Oh, comes down a little bit. 93 maybe cuts him a break there. That's Joseph. Could have easily hooked him and put that 29 directly into the fence. Decides to lift, let off the throttle. Doesn't want to have to deal with that at all. That 93 looks like he's kind of struggling to hold the line.
93 was a little bit loose.
Yeah, he's struggling to hold that line because he's just wiggling around. He's just not able to hold it on that. Well, not really. You can't really hold it. You're kind of judging off that truck in front of you, but the 7, he's going to try to go get the lead back from the 83. That middle lane starting to get more and more trucks. Now they're starting. Looks like they're pretty even with that middle lane actually, but as I say that, somebody jumps down in that middle pack. I believe that was the 88, Zachary Hockenmeyer, that National Guard paint scheme back there. He jumped down. See, they're all kind of, drivers pretty calm, some offset. Some, looks like you can see that Clinton got a little bit of a wiggle. Got hit by the 75. No, who was that? The 31. He saw his rear end kind of shake around. That means that he's got hit and he had to deal with getting a little bit of a bump with that 29. He's trying to give the 83 a shove. They've lost people up in that middle lane now. They just don't have the same amount of trucks that they did before. It's going to be up to the 83. How hard is he going to battle for this spot? He's going to go. He's not able to hold on just yet because he just needs more trucks. 29's looking inside of him. Makes better of it. It's not a bad choice from him at all. Thinks much better of that move. Doesn't want to try to get it from him at all. Won't blame him. He's still looking around on him. They got to be very careful with how he's making those moves around these trucks. He's got to hold a pretty steady line because you're the leader at that point.
Outside lane coming with a run a little bit, but they stall out.
See, that's kind of the side draft that you see coming into play at that point. So you can kind of get on their quarter panel and just drag them right back to you. So that's what we see in real life too. The drivers will hold on to that quarter panel like it's their life savings, and if they don't want it taken, because they'll just latch onto it and just not want to let go at all. The 83 going to get out in front again from the 29. 29's looking around. 29's got to be really careful right here. he's kind of gotten this. He's got the bolt in the chamber. If he turns that 83, that'll be right in front of the pack.
Car on the apron. That was the. I'm trying to see the number. I'm stuck in far chase. That was the 34 of Wayne Love. Or Low, my bad.
Looks like he probably just decided to drop to the back. Maybe he had a tough road course race. His whole front end was smashed in earlier. It was very difficult for him to do anything, it seems. 7. That looks like these two lanes are just kind of swapping positions. None of them's getting ahead of each other at all, but they're starting to leave that middle lane now. They're starting to leave the bottom lane. They're going up to that middle because they realize just how much better it is. 7's got to be careful with him clipping the apron. I saw a lot of trucks, they just clip the apron. I guess just the height difference in the tires. Really easy to spin around on them as these two trucks up front finally go down into that bottom lane. They're going to go down now. Now it's going to leave the 93 of Joseph to lead that middle lane. He's got the 29, the 20 of Joey Okapin shoving him. He's got the 88 of Zachary. But just as soon as that middle lane was there, it's dissipating. It looks like everybody who was in that middle lane has decided to drop to the bottom on their end. They don't want really any part of that. They kind of want to be like, I just want to ride with a lane that has the most people. I'll kind of leave you out to dry here. Too bad for that, man. I can't help you there. That's what they pretty much said. The 93, he's still trying to get out there. But that 27 is going to get a run on the 7 coming off the corner. That'll shut the door on the 93. 7's actually going to go up.
Outside.
7 makes a choice. I think he got a run.
He wants to bump by the 93. Let's see how much time they can gain. Oh, they're gaining a lot.
He got a good bump draft going down in that corner. 7's got to be careful.
93 gets loose.
7 got up that lane. The 93 could have turned him there. Decided not to. 93 looks like he got loose, but that middle lane's falling apart again. They were formed, and it took them not even a corner to just fall apart. A catastrophe for them. They did not want to see that at all, for sure.
I think they're going to start going single file now. But the 93 is still stuck on the outside.
Yeah, he looks like he's a lone truck out there. He's got the 31 coming up to him. The 7, if he tucks in behind the 75, he might decide to do that. Yes, he will. But they got moving up here. The 17, he's moving up in that middle lane. This 27, 17, and 70 go up to that middle lane just as soon as it started to break away. They came up. They want to take their shot at it. They're going to take the lead from the 83 just for a second. But they need a little bit more trucks in that middle lane to maybe help them a little bit more. They're trying to, you can see them moving around, wiggling around, trying to stay perfectly lined up with that truck in front of them. That can create a lot of issues because drivers are too concerned about being fully square on them. So they just really need to drive their truck, not really worry about being perfectly lined up for them is what I tend to see most of the issues are at these super speedways. You can shove a little bit more. Oh, the 17. You can shove a little bit more with these front ends compared to the Xfinity and the Cup cars, saying that they're pretty flat. When you get up to the Xfinity cars and the Cup cars, they're more pointed. That's more with the Chevys than anything. Toyota has a little bit. Ford has that flat front end, so they can really shove here. But in the truck, it's pretty equal among all of them. Pretty easy to keep under you also. $17, you look like he's trying to hold that lane. They just don't have the trucks there. And it looks like, yeah, there's only got about 4 versus the rest of the field pretty much at this point. Nobody else is going to help them. The 83, he's getting a huge shove. Getting way out there from that 29.
70 went back down to the bottom.
He's probably
like the 70 saying that this outside lane's not working. Oh no, he drops further back.
Like he may be trying to get with his teammate in the 7, if they are teammates, that is. And you know, it's not a bad call.
I do like the 70's paint scheme though.
Yeah, we've got so many roasted gem trucks in here. It's crazy. There's just so many of them. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a call. You know, save fuel, get out of this mess. I don't want to be up there with these guys. And this is actually hurting the 83 running up front because he's being the horse. He's pulling these guys with him, and you know, doing this is going to burn off more fuel because he's having to run full throttle. The 29 maybe able to crack the throttle. So is the 20. The 88 is probably able to crack the throttle the most where he's running. Because, you know, you could save about a lap extra, or a lap and a half. Just doing that here. But I believe if it is.
outside lane is stalling. They don't really get a run until, I would say, the entrance into turn 3. But then by that time, the bottom lane's already organized and faster than the outside.
Yeah, they really need some trucks here. It's a 3-man crew. You can make it work, but it's going to be super hard. You got to side draft as hard as you can for the amount of time that you can, and then you get away from him so you can get that air flowing to you. That's not kind of a thing of, or you have to be really careful with it, because that's when a lot of people, they try to get super aggressive with their side draft and they come down on the truck and they actually end up, turning them by complete accident. I've saw that happen multiple times. I think the 20's looking to maybe go up into that outside lane, thinking about it. Looks like those two trucks, the 27 and the 20, seem to be an inverse of each other on their paint scheme, so they're probably teammates. Yeah, they are. They are teammates. Same logo on the hood. For them, you see the 88 got a huge run off that corner. 83's got to be careful, though. He's getting off the bottom. Getting off that bottom. I've saw a lot of people get hooked when that driver just comes off the bottom for just a split second, hooks them and goes straight around on them. They got to be very, very careful with that. Oh, crap. I'll tell you what, this sore throat's going to kill me. Oh, 20 almost hooked to 29. 27's gone to the lead there for half a second. That middle lane, there goes a 93. 93 sees that momentum's coming, so he wants to get in on the action right now.
I do want to say, if your throat's hurting, I think you should take a nice good drink of W.
Oh, yeah, man. W energy drink. Use code 10GOES for 10% off your mixture for it. Mix it in there and go ahead and get a good drink. What I think I need right now is not that. I probably need some Hall's cough drop, something maybe from the pharmacy at the grocery store that I work at.
Oh! 31 got, I guess, bumper hooked by the 93, or got loose. And he almost wrecked it.
Yeah, I saw that for half a second, kind of cut away from, but good move out of that driver. It's only a little bit, well, not even close to halfway. They're halfway to halfway at this point. We'll see, maybe pit stops here relatively soon, maybe, depending on how they've set the fuel for this race. I'm not fully sure how it is set, but it's going to be interesting to see when they come down. Do they come down all as a group, or do they break up into two different packs? That is. It's going to be something that we'll have to look at here really soon.
I think most likely one team, or at least 3 drivers, are going to stay out and try to work together. Because typically a 3-car group or a 4-car group is faster than the whole field, relatively. It's all about controlling that little bubble that the pusher has on the driver in front and the driver behind the pusher. You don't want to push the pusher, as what everybody calls it. The reason is you want to get close onto that bumper and keep that bubble intact. So when the drivers are coming off a corner or even going through the tri-oval, that pusher can push and draft with that first car and go a little bit faster, and then that's the job for the car behind the pusher to actually catch up. Yeah. It's much more visible through the next-gen cars than it is with the trucks at Xfinity.
Oh, man, I love the next gens. Those things are so hard to drive, but they're so fun until you snap your wrist because the steering wants to break your hand. I love the 27. He's trying to still fight on the outside of the 29. He's got the 17 of Zimmerman trying to give him a shove. It's just not been working fully for him just yet. That is 29. He's making it work just a little bit now. They're gaining trucks ever so slightly, so they're going to be picking up a little bit more extra momentum. 17's got to be careful. Kind of gets moving around now. Drivers not being able to hold their lane. This is when you see some driver come off the bottom just for a split second on accident, and they end up turning each other. Nothing aggressive. The drivers 93 looks outside of the 17. That could have been bad there. Decides to tuck right back in. Andrew, I'll let you take the reins here for a minute. I'm going to go run and get some cough drops for me.
Hey, give me one too. And the two front cars have seemed to pull away a little bit, as I think the third car in line is saving fuel and is backing off a little bit more. And what you see right there with the third and fourth car in line, they got loose at the end of the tri-oval. Sometimes when you clip that apron, it will kick the car up, and it'll kind of force you to turn around a little bit, or in some cases get you loose. Ooh, they gotta be careful here. It's getting a little bit more intense. Definitely that 30, I think it's the 31? I can check. Let me check here. The 20 car, it's holding back a little bit. Oh, the 83 almost went right up to the 17. Whole outside lane checks up, and the 17 is a sitting duck.
Thank you for taking over that. I've gotten some now.
Well, outside lane just got destroyed.
Looks like they're actually 3 wide. I think they don't want to do this right now as soon as I get back. Looks like they sort that out now. 93 was let down in front of the 87 of John Brunner. Oh, 75 almost up into the 17 there, though.
I was telling them that on the exit of the tri-oval, some drivers that are hugging the yellow line sometimes clip that yellow line, and it gets the car very unstable and wants to spin out that car.
That's happened a lot with these guys. They kind of get a little bit off the bottom. I think that they're really not, anticipating how much banking it is, and they just kind of slowly trace up the track ever so slightly. It's like 93's trying to go to that. What is lone man out there trying to make the outside lane work? He said, "I don't need friends."
The only way you can do it solo is that if you can side draft them perfectly. The 93 can't hold a steady line, no offense to him.
It's like, yeah, you see, he's definitely wiggling.
But he is actually gaining time on them.
I like 29 tried to come up. How is he doing this? What in the world is going on with the 93?
He's a one-man army.
If he goes to the front, this is going to be amazing.
I don't think he's going to do it.
No, there's no, please. This is not be happening.
He might.
Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding. No, there is no way a single truck is going to go to the front alone side drafting.
I mean, he's holding his ground.
What is going on? How is he holding this line being the only truck out here? He is really learning this side draft. And now finally, he kind of almost comes down right in front of the 29 or the 30. Sorry, no, that's 20 actually. There's 2 teammates. Got to get these paint schemes normalized. I'm still amazed.
The little trick here is that if one of the cars in front of him could stick out a little bit more, he can get the draft behind them and get more of a run.
You can see he's really holding on to that quarter panel. The 29.
The 88 bumped the 29 or the 20 car.
Oh, this is going to get really tight. The 20 side drafting the 93 now, slowing him down. Here comes the 88 with the bump. 93 made him move and almost took himself to the front. That would have been amazing.
Coming on the outside, trying to catch up to the 93.
It's like he decides he wants to go help the 93 now. He's going to have a huge run. Will the 93 let the 34 bump him, or is he going to let the 34 slow right back down to him? 93 has the opportunity to get back in lane if he wants to. The 87 is going to close the door really shortly on him. He has it now if he wants to, but it looks like he wants to just try to run that outside lane. He wants to try to get it to work at least. I mean, it's worth a shot. Now the 34, if he sees the 93 is not working, he can jump down. Gap's going to close really quickly, though. He has like one shot. He's not going to take it. Going to be coming up on close to halfway. About 6 more laps, they'll be halfway on the track. Oh, that 93. Whoa. I'm surprised netcode hasn't got him. This is when netcode is really a bad thing. But now it's a 2-man crew. He's trying to get past the 29. Looks like stalled out on the 29 earlier, just was not able to get past him at all. But I'm just amazed that the 93 is able to do what he's doing right now. There's no way a truck like this should be able to get up there and stay with these guys, especially being alone, and especially it only being 2 trucks at this point. Edward, if you're in here, can you share this to like any, what was that? Like anybody? Oh crap! Hold on, I've got something messaging me. What is that from? Excuse me. Oh, that's the ghost page. Sorry, y'all. That's notifications from Messenger on something.
She said ghost. I was typing in Ghost Racing Network, and I just randomly did ghost. The other non-good brand of energy drink.
Oh yeah, the one. Well, that's what we were going to be sponsored by them for the Ghost Cup series, but you know that didn't work. Yeah, W. W's better anyway. Don't worry.
W's, yeah, gotta love W.
Actually, I think
because you know what, I want W because I always want to get the dub.
No, you know what?
I can't always get a dub if I don't have W.
That is the cringiest thing.
If you want to win, W is the way to go.
You know, Andrew, no, this might be a good selling point for you too. You know what they sell on their bottles?
A turtle.
Anime-themed bottles.
Hey, anime is also the way to go.
No.
Anime is one with a W.
That 93. How is he doing this? I don't understand how he is doing this. He wants to lead.
He probably has W every morning, every night, preparing for this moment.
You know, I bet his water bottle has
the dub.
His water bottle has to have the W energy drink mix in it. That's the only thing that can be causing this. You know, use code 10GHOST at W.com and on checkout, 10% off. Get yourself a mixture. Got 29 comes up into him almost.
Hey W, hit me up on Twitter at NGT Awesome. Hit me up. Or no, at Bear Pop. One or the other.
One of them. With that middle lane, they've gained another truck now. The 49 of Clinton Sneed. He's gone out there, the man that runs the show here. Edward, what I was asking is if you have like any friends, just share this to him and tell them to subscribe. Just get us out there. I'm just joking with you, but if you do have any friends, just share it to him and say, hey, just throw in a subscription here. I don't even know how old. I made this guy a mod that watches the streams all the time. I'm just talking to him. He deals with all the bots that come through.
Not gonna lie, these bots have been getting crazy on YouTube. Little shout out to YouTube. Get better.
Yeah. See the 20s. How? I don't. This is not pot. How is the 93 doing what he's doing? Just don't. Gosh, that 34 is giving him a shove.
Up. You never give up.
That 34 was shoving him, getting in that corner. But you can see his tires almost came off the ground. He was shoving them that hard. But they're still going at it. He's actually gotten up to the 83 of Stu now. So he's gotten a bit farther than the 29 realizes they got a side draft. I don't want you to get that far away from me. Then the 34 gets back up to the 93's bumper. I almost hooks him there. These drivers really going at it right now. Not letting each other go at all. 93 doesn't get a good exit. Looks like Clinton decides, I don't want to do that anymore. It's just not working, man. I'm going to duck back in on this middle lane. No, this middle lane, or not middle lane, bottom lane, excuse me. This bottom lane is going to be saving more fuel than this top lane is. No, running. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought the 29 almost touched the 93, but running this bottom lane with this many trucks lined up is going to extend your fuel mileage, and 93's fuel mileage is probably going to hurt just a little bit. Not too bad, that is, but it's not terrible either. What we got? 29. I'm just surprised. I think if this 93 can get past the 83, he'll have a shot. He just can't get past that 29. It seems that 29 is kind of a thorn in his side at this point, not letting him get by him. He does for half a second in the 29.
The field has broken just slightly off. I believe they are just falling back and just saving fuel.
I don't blame him for doing that either. Looks like the 17. He might want to try his hand on that middle lane. He's going to try to get around this 75 of James Nelson. The 7 is going to go with him. So does the 70. all might be teammates because they're all running that coffee paint scheme. Yes, roasted gems. So they might be teammates here. 93 is finally, I don't understand this. 93 is trying to go at the 83 now.
I'm telling you, 93 this morning had W. And he's been waiting for a win. He is my driver to win this race.
And I might have to choose him now because there is just no way a man like this should be able to hang with this guy.
17's just caught the 34. I think the 93 wants to fall back. They're falling back pretty fast. I believe pit stops are definitely coming up. 93 goes down right in front of the league owner. Ooh, that was a little tight.
Maybe realizing it's getting time to pit here really soon, so already trying to make the move to the bottom of the track. He wants to get down there. That's one thing that I
heard from the 27 that he is pitting this time by.
We'll have to see. How do drivers pit? Do they break up into packs? The 34 has got a massive run. He's coming on the outside. Gets an absolute slingshot of maneuver. Slingshot engaged around the 29. 17 is, oh gosh, 17 almost hooked him right there, giving him a huge shove. Is the 34 going to go to the lead? Yep, he will, but the 27 is probably going to let him go.
Leader.
34 didn't have a good road course race, so might be trying to make up for it. 17 probably wants to try to get down. Also, maybe come down to pit, but see, 34.
Oh, everybody is pitting.
34 is going to lead the group.
Lane. Oh, 83 gets bumped in the rear end.
So it looks like the 34 kind of came down very bottom of the track, try to block the 27 a little bit from getting past him. This is where you can see a lot of drivers mess up their pit entry. The drivers try to get in there a little bit more aggressive than they need to, lock up the rear tires and everything like that. And then you can't slide.
Thing with, sorry to interrupt you, but the thing with green flag pit stops at super speedways is every second counts. You screw up on your entry, you're done. You screw up on pit road, miss lug nut in real life, or you get turned into your pit box, you could be done. You need the perfect pit. You need the perfect pit stop to win these races, because once these fields get spread out, it only takes a second and you lose the draft.
As soon as you mentioned that, the 31 is just not able to get
Brummer
in his
stays out.
31's wasn't able to get in his pit box. Something happened with him. Maybe he missed his pit, just wasn't lined up perfectly. But Brummer stays out. It's probably not a good choice from him. But you see, yep, this is all the roasted gem trucks have came down pit road. So this is a team decision from Zimmerman, John, Doug, and Brian. All going to work together right now.
I'm really curious on where this 87 is going to be. I think the 87 is definitely going to be the biggest loser out of all of this.
He's kind of a lone ranger out there. He probably should have pitted when everybody else did. The 7's going to lead these guys off pit road, but we're going to see how close is the race going to be off pit road. They might get past, but they might be able to just catch a little sniff of the draft. So it looks like they went 30 laps, so this should be... Yeah, so it looks like they had about... Yeah, so that should have been their last pit stop for tonight. They made it 33 laps. They'll be able to make it from here on fuel.
To the end.
Maybe one green-white checkered, maybe not. You're kind of pushing at that point. 87 finally comes down pit road. But the 7's gotten out way ahead of his teammates. Needs to really back up to him. The 27's already done that. One last race. They're going to blow by the 7. 7's probably going to just hang on to the back of this pack. If I was him, it'd be a smart decision to tuck in. You see, as soon as he gets down there, he can tuck back in right behind these drivers.
87's out of pit road.
87, yeah, see where he is.
And he leaves as the leaders enter the tri-oval, so he's definitely going to get past. The question is, where is he going to be? The whole field is spread out.
So he's going to have to get all he can on exit. You know, I'm saying that all you can get on exit. No, I've got to... I was running the A open, and I barely clipped the yellow line. Got to...
Hey, he merges.
Oh, he didn't merge in a bad spot. I'll give him that. But, you know, back to what I was saying for my story. I've lost the A open because I had an unsafe pit exit. Blew by the leaders. Absolutely was hauling. Well, threw the flag race away, so that was fun. I've had a lot of those where you think, oh, I didn't hit the line. Then it says, oh, black flag. And I'm like, where am I hitting the line? I thought I didn't. Went back and looked, and I definitely did merge over that. But that's my pit road story. And the 83 almost hooks. Or 29. 93 almost hooks the 83 there. To be very careful. So
I would say the 87 was a lucky driver. he still stays, I wouldn't say with the front pack, but he stays right at the tail end of the top 10.
He's not necessarily in a terrible spot at all where he is, but he's kind of gotten away with it just a little bit. It's like, I don't know if y'all are new.
Poor Matthew Ela. Is it Ela or Ella?
Yeah, probably Ela, if I had to guess. I don't know, to be honest with you.
But he... Let me see what happened to him on his pit stop. Something must have happened.
Something that could really make any sense.
Oh, he couldn't... He thought that he was in his pit box, and he wasn't. So he waited that entire time.
So is he in somebody else's pit box?
Let me see when he comes in. He enters pit box. He was in somebody else's pit box, didn't know. Tries to reverse it, goes forward, goes backwards. Then he's too close to the wall. So he backs up more, turns it around, tries to go back in. And he was too far out of his pit box by a tire. And then he finally got service done. He was basically back on pit road, where he finally entered his pit stop, or his pit box, once everybody started leaving. So that was probably a good 10, 15, 16 second loss.
Yeah, it's not
and he's
good.
Been running it up front all race.
Not good at all. But I'm texting my painter here real quick.
Are you trying to get your painter to do a good paint scheme?
Well, it's for my driver it's for my driver in the Ghost League. So, 17 though, he's trying to fight him now. He's gone to the lead. He's gone off the bumper. It looks like his teammate, they've been broken up. 83, 93, 20 are all there. 27, 29, 34, 77, 77, 87. That was a lot of numbers right there. Excuse me. I'm sick and I'm tired of living today. Just sick in general. Gosh. Never get sick, but when it happens, it happens. But it's not too terrible, luckily.
I hope you saw the chat, by the by.
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay. You said nothing. Oh! 20 almost went right up to the 31. Or I think that's the 29, my mistake.
See, 29. 29 is getting a little bit. He keeps on coming off the bottom just a little bit. I don't know if he's not being able to hold his line exactly like he needs to, but I think that might end up causing a wreck a little because I don't think he's doing it on purpose because he just kind of washes up the track and almost touches the truck, in that upper lane.
Don't forget, in these long races, even though it could get boring for most parts for some drivers, that once they become sluggish, that's when a wreck would happen.
I'm not a super speedway junkie like you guys are at HSR. I like running the ovals more than anything. But I do know that these races that you think that they get pretty boring and you kind of get into a rhythm. But you're gonna be a lot of stuff that happens, just these small little things that can mess up. But the 17, he's gotten a shove from the 20. He's gonna go and drop down in front of the 27 lead. These are teammates also. There's so many roasted gems. Coffee trucks in here. You see the 34 had that pit issue earlier. That 29.
There may be a lot of roasted gem trucks, but what I don't see is a W truck.
I've got to get one made then.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought about doing that, to be honest with you. The 2093. So it looks like it's the 20 and there's a lot of movement now. Like the 34 of Wayne Lowe hops up in that middle lane. He's gonna have to wait until the 20 can get to his bumper to even be of any help. That 20's definitely been shoved, and you can see how bad his left front is on his truck. You see it's just kind of dented in almost. Been hitting people so hard. See, if they lose somebody else to that lane.
My headphone got disconnected. But I'm back, and I'm live.
It's like 31, they're going to go right past him. Lap truck Yeah, lap truck going to get all the way to the wall, out of the way of those drivers.
Woo! Daytona is definitely a scary track with it going 3 wide.
Yeah, it's definitely something that it gets very nerve-wracking. You know, at Talladega, it can be done, but at Daytona, you're like, oh gosh, I don't know if we're gonna all fit in this area. But the 93, you see, this 93 is not giving up on that outside lane. He just won't give up. I mean, he seriously just won't. He's still gonna try it again, but he's not gonna be the leader.
He is going to be the winner of this race because he had Dubby in the morning.
Sorry, I gotta see what this looks like. But the 34, he's getting a shove from the 93. He's getting a pretty good run from them, and they're starting to gain trucks. You see the 83, the 31 looks like
the
he's
93
almost
to
hooks.
the 27.
Almost hooks the 34. Almost catastrophe for him. Is that terrible? Good than that was pretty good. Wait, hold on. Make sure. This is what I needed.
Oh, 34. Oh, he was almost able enough to go down in front of the 17 to take the lead, but not quite. I'm surprised at how this outside lane can't really power through the drivers on the bottom. It is kind of shocking tonight.
It looks like that middle lane just doesn't seem to be doing exactly what I thought it would just yet, because they're not really able to just do pure strength over that bottom lane. They're kind of equaled out, it seems, which I thought that they'd end up just blowing by them, but it's not happening necessarily. It's kind of surprising to me, really. Very interesting though for them. Driver's been pretty calm so far, not really doing many moves just yet, but I think the 34 is finally up. He's not gotten clear just yet. Looks like from that angle he did, but from this angle he hasn't. Just some angle show. Looks like you maybe see drivers in front of each other. They haven't just yet.
Oh, 27 jumped out to the outside and blows by the 17 and the
Oh, he's trying to work both lanes though. Oh, there goes somebody around 34. 17. Oh my gosh.
17 went outside of the track. Oh,
hard crash for those drivers.
17 to the moon.
We'll see what happens here. I'm going to slow it down from TV1. See if there's actually might go from the blimp here. I'll go from the blimp. So the 34 tries to come down in front of the 17, gets hooked. 17 gets drilled by the 29. 17 gets kind of tail whipped up into the 20. Both teammates, 20 and the 29, get into it. 29 actually kind of almost squeaks through it. 31 net code. 17's up in the air. He's going to the Mars. 77 almost makes it through also. The 83 gets hit. 87 gets hit. So it looks like that's about 8 to 9 trucks involved in that incident there. That's hard contact for some of those drivers. I had a feeling like that.
Yeah, I counted 9 cars in that.
Yeah, I had a feeling
that's over half the field.
Yeah, something like that was bound to happen, it seems. Just drivers getting pretty antsy.
Now, out of the drivers that were in the wreck, well, besides the 17, who I say is a good soldier.
Yeah.
This man went outside the track, or went up to Mars, one or the other.
He needs to be hired by
and
Elon.
Doge to the moon. But it's all about trying to fix your repairs and try to get back out there.
It's gonna be...
For fixing repairs, you don't want to have from my knowledge, over 50 seconds to a minute of damage you don't want to have. Because that could definitely slow down your car. You probably have engine issues and possible steering issues that you cannot have.
Yeah, we'll bring in Gabriel Ellison here. I don't believe he'll go into pits. I don't see a reason to. Hey, Gabriel, this is Bryson Booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, so you're sitting where you were in the road course. How do you feel about your chances right now?
Yeah, I feel pretty good, especially, I mean, I hate that just happened. It looked like about half the field got caught up there, but yeah, I feel pretty good about it. I mean, obviously, you never know what's going to happen, but it kind of seems like a lot of people got damaged, so just having a clean truck here, huge advantage.
You're probably lucky that you didn't get caught up in that, but, you know, how's the race gone for you so far, though?
Yeah, it's been, you know, I thought it was going to be pretty chill for the most part, but I mean, we raced side by side for the lead for the first probably 20 laps, so I really enjoyed that. It's been good racing. Everybody's kind of going for it, and then kind of got followed out for the green flag stop and everything, but I think it's been good racing so far. I've enjoyed it.
It's not that
now,
bad.
Gabriel, Andrew Sano in the booth. Now, what made you have that decision to leave the bottom from the 17 and go all the way up high? Was there a bad omen that you felt, or?
I mean, no, I was just being greedy, honestly. I just seen an opportunity to pick up on a huge run coming from the top. I was waiting on it for a few laps, but I could never get clear. And as soon as I was already planned, as soon as I got clear, I was going to take it. And then, you know, what happened happened. But I guess good timing because, you know, I might have got caught up in that if I didn't. So.
That greed saved you once.
Oh yeah.
I'll go win it.
I appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good luck for these last, I believe, 11 laps it's going to be.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That was Gabriel. He won the road course race right before this. Just absolutely kind of swept the field on that pretty much, too. And he just whooped everybody in that race. But he's made it through all that mess that he had earlier, so he's probably happy about that. Didn't get involved in any of it.
It looks like he's going to pick the top lane on the restart, so that is quite interesting. Hey, our driver is the 93 of Joseph Plogger. Plogger. He got through that wreck. Barely missed it. And he's sitting in second.
Yeah, man, that's kind of seems like at these super speedways, it's kind of luck almost at this point for some of these drivers, because you can be leading up front and then just heartbreak happens out of nowhere. Not what I needed at all. That's not what it should have been saved as, but it was.
We do have 7 people watching. Oh, now 6.
But bit.
For the 6 people watching, please like and subscribe to Ghost Racing Network for great NASCAR or great iRacing coverage.
Actually, it's a simulator.
Okay, well, simulator.
I don't know if people say that. Lights are going to be off on the pace car here. 27 is going to lead him to green. 93 is going to be in the bottom. 93 is going to have the 75 behind him. 27 is going to have the 49 of Clinton Sneed. It's like most drivers are out of the race. His hard impact, some of the stragglers trying to catch up to the pack. Green flag's in the air, though. 27 gets a decent jump.
I feel it's only definitely going to come down to these 7 drivers.
Yeah, I have a feeling too. The 93 with 27 is not going to come down. He's going to stay in that middle lane. Clinton's trying to get to his outside. At 93, he's going to go to the lead now. Is he going to stay in that bottom lane, or is he going to try to work both lanes at this point? So when you're going to have to start looking in your mirror, trusting your spotter, it'll be very difficult for this driver to do. The 27, you see that 27 is getting shoved from the 49, trying to get him up there as far as he can.
I would say if the 93 could just get out front of the 27, he could try to start blocking both lanes. But that is very dangerous to do.
Wouldn't be a bad decision sometimes. That can end up very bad for them, so I see why he wouldn't do it. Saw many drivers get hooked, sadly, from them, and I'm like, oh no, this is bad for that driver there.
Oh, 7 car on the outside, trying to make it 3 wide.
That's Peel. I believe that maybe Peel trying to sway. That's
going
Doug.
with him.
So they're already going to go 3 wide. Already trying to get racy. 75 is going to stick the bump for the 93. I'm going to swipe some. 49's moving around. 7's still on the outside. He can probably jump in right behind Clinton, but he's got to be careful not to clip him. Looks like he might have missed his chance now. He gets in line finally. So it's a 4 versus 3 right now. Bottom lane's staying pretty steady. They're mounting a pretty good battle to him, not letting that middle lane walk all over him at this point in the race, which is when you would normally start to see it happen. Middle lane needs to get formed up just a little bit more, maybe a little bit straighter through the corners every now and then, able to give each other a bump. So yeah, we got some drivers sitting in the pits, so their race is probably over. 93 almost gets turned from the 75. Almost gets turned. Almost bad for him.
Almost. Trying to get on the outside.
Almost.
His teammate, the 77 is going with him.
Almost.
I should really start knowing names.
That was almost just terrible.
Again! Oh! They just clipped the apron. That almost wrecked the entire field again.
Drivers.
That's 3 wide for the lead. 93 on the bottom, 27 in the middle, 7 on the outside. And I really got to start knowing these people's names.
27, 7, 93. That is the 7 of Doug. Sorry, my thing is showing up here. 7 of Doug is on the outside. The 27 of Gabriel's in the middle. The 93 of Joseph's on the bottom.
3 wide.
3 wide, and it's still 7 to go. Coming to 6 to go. You see that 75's been bumping.
93 and 75 pulling away. 87 here getting the drive going to the bottom.
93's definitely been around.
27 with the run, 7 with the run with the 77.
Try to
7 goes to the middle lane.
Try to give the 27 a shove by. 93's kind of disconnected.
7 is trying to make that outside lane work.
7 decides I don't have I have any friends at this point. Wants to make it 3 wide. He is. That's going to leave the 27 out to dry. He's going to have to find a way. Is he going to go bottom? Is he going to go top? Because he can drop in between both these lanes if he decides to. He's going to have to make a choice very, very quick, though, on what he's going to do before that lane closes on him.
But once they get when they get 3 wide, the whole lane starts to die off, and then anything in front of them starts pulling away. You see how far the 93 and the 75 got. 75's trying to look to the outside.
75 almost hooked from the 27.
Hard.
Almost. Just turns him. It's going to put. Oh, 93 goes through the grass. Gonna have to go through the grass, maybe slow down. That's gonna ruin his chances. Now it's gonna be between the 75, 27, and 7.
No.
93, who was making.
Hey,
he had a hard night. They're gonna leave the 75 out to dry. Now the 7's gonna give the 27 a shove. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens at the end here.
75 going back to the bottom. They're all single file on the outside and jump down to the bottom.
Like they don't.
49 is coming with a run.
They're just gonna leave that 75 out to dry. 75's gonna have to find a way in line. 27 is going to try to hold the 7 off. Can the 27 go back-to-back to open the season here at Sim Racer Hub Challenge? Gonna be 4 to go. Gonna start picking up even more now. The drivers are gonna start making a little bit more aggressive moves when needed. Have to.
You gotta pick your drafting partner well.
You got to be very careful at this point. You cannot do the wrong thing because I've saw so many
75
people
and
do that.
85 working on that outside right next to the 49 to 77.
Drivers got to be just careful with what they do at this point. 'Cause if you hook them wrong, that's when...
John and James, they got by the first two guys. Ooh, the 27 with the block. I'm just gonna say numbers because the numbers are easier to remember the names.
Don't blame you. That's how I am. Sometimes the 75 jumps right down in front of the 7. Oh, almost turns. Everyone's on the apron. 75. Oh, this is some driving now. Where's the 87 come from? He's came from the back out of nowhere, and he's trying to blow by these guys at this point. Drivers just moving around off each other's bumper.
I do want to say they're coming to 2 laps to go, and the drivers here laying back by a couple seconds or a couple tenths. They could definitely come with a run, and we all know that blocking, it's definitely tough.
Drivers just... Now the 75 and the 7 need to just decide to work together because this is going to be really a 2-pack battle. Sounds like a rapper song. So actually, the 7's got the 77 now. So can the 7 mount something, or will the 77 decide to go back down to the bottom? The 27, he's trying to go back to back.
He's coming to help his teammates.
Yeah, the 27's going to try to go back to back. Wants to. That'd be great for him. Won the road course. 87's looking around. You can see him. What does the 75 do? Do these guys make a move and leave him out to dry? But now they're going to be pinched down on that bottom lane. They're not going to be able to make a move if they wanted to.
White flag.
A white flag's going to come out at Daytona. This is going to end the first week. The Sim Racing Hub Challenge here. Can Ellison go back to back, or will somebody else take it from him? The 7's trying to hop behind the 87. This is actually helping Ellison because they can't mount a run on him really, and Ellison can work both lanes. He's going to see the 7 gets a run. 75 hops up. Will Ellison go up now? He goes up now. Maybe a late block. Puts him in the wall. Now it's going to be who will go with Ellison. 85 is getting a shove from the 75. Will the 75 make an aggressive move and turn them? Ellison's trying to get back down in line. He just can't get down there. Trying to side draft as hard as he can. He's trying to get behind the 75. Going to try to give the 75 a shove now. 75's got to run on the 85. 80, oh, he moves. Ellison. Is he going to go to the bottom now? Oh, Ellison's trying to squeeze down. Can't get down.
It is legal.
Oh, is he going to turn the 80? Oh, down to the line. It's going to be the 87 of Brunner. Ellison second and Doug third. I'm going to have a sore throat for 5 more days after this now. Go back and watch that finish real quick from these drivers. So you see, sorry, I sped that up there for half a second. See, Ellison's trying to make his way on the bottom. The 87 just blocks just enough to not let him really be able to utilize that run coming off the corner. And then Ellison, you can see right here, he tries to get his way under the yellow line. Might as well go on the apron as much as he can. Tries to cut it, just can't get there in time as they're 4 wide coming to the line. But Ellison just wasn't able to repeat. It's going to be the 87 who wins. He takes it home tonight. Not a bad finish for him at all. Probably he's going to be happy with that, I'd say. So I need to send something.
I think the cars on the outside, the lap cars, I think they definitely screwed the lead lap leaders on the outside's momentum.
Yeah, we'll watch the 87 burn it down here for him. Good race for him. What the? I believe I'll need to look at... having to save these files correctly. They're not wanting to save what I needed them to. HJPG.
We are waiting for Gabrielle. Just got into the broadcast waiting room, and we're waiting on Douglas and our race winner John, who is still burning it down.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'd be doing that if I was him too. I mean, you won the race, man. Go ahead and burn it down. I'm gonna do this really quick, and I'll bring them in here.
Do you want me to do it? They
Uh,
gave me the power.
I'm just about to do it. Let me pull up the race results here really quick. Having to send something over to a guy. We'll bring in the third place driver and Doug. You're really quick. Let me drag him. Hey, Doug, this is Bryce in the booth. You got a copy, man? Believe he muted himself again on accident. Leave him. Yeah.
Hang on. Oh, they got me.
Yeah, man. Well, a crazy finish. You're able to get third, but now how did the race go for you overall, though, man?
Yeah, definitely a lot less work than road course. A lot less, I mean, was having music on in the background, just chilling the whole time with my teammates. Good thing we did come down fuel race. I don't know, it was kind of just fun overall. Just kind of, it was a super speedway race, I guess.
Yeah, man. It was not bad at all for them. And super speedways are always crazy. Rex happened at the line. You were 4 wide coming down to it. I mean, how do you think, the first week here went for you, though, man?
I think it definitely did good. I mean, solid 2 top 3s first week. I mean, I'll take the only one who beat me was Gabe, who got first and second. So, I mean, that's definitely good for points, keeping up with them. And then next week we got IRP, and that's literally last week I got so many wins there. It was stupid. But an official. So I am more hyped than anyone playing this Discord to go there.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, I mean, it was great. I definitely can't wait for more of this league. Gonna have a lot of fun, and I'm hoping to do win 2 in a row, so I get that extra $50. Gabe almost got it, but I think if he didn't try to block me up on the wall there, he probably would have actually won it. So
Yeah, man, throwing blocks. Some are aggressive. Some are like, why are you throwing a block, man? But, before I let you go, is there anybody that you want to thank? Anybody you want to shout out that may be watching the stream here?
yeah, again, Roast Gems Coffee, best coffee on the planet. Use code Lucky Ducks, no spaces, for 15% off, which is a great deal, let me tell you. JC, sorry, JC Concepts, shade designs, beautiful paint scheme as always, especially on the lights, probably look pretty good. So, and then Lucky Duck Motorsports, all those guys are great and fun to hang out with. So,
Yeah, man. Well, definitely fun to watch. And good third. Sorry, I'm sick. Good third place finish though, man. How do you think you're gonna do next week though?
hang on there. Well, IRP, I mean, I got that. I think I got that locked down. I'm gonna be really honest with you. Oh, it's that
You're
morning.
really calling your shark?
Yeah, I'm calling my shot. I'm calling my shot. And then Michigan too. I mean, I've been grinding out that already this weekend, so I'm feeling pretty good with next week getting a double.
Okay, well, remember that for next weekend. Calling your shot, not early.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go then. Good third place finish though.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. Hopefully, like I said, next week I'll be back up here, hopefully twice, and for the winner. So it's a plan.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll bring in Gabriel Ellison now. Hey, Gabriel, this is Bryson Booth. You got a copy, man?
I got you.
Man, so you were just there. You almost went back to back, just so close. There, I mean, it was just right there, but you just weren't able to get them. I mean, but how did the race go for you overall, though, man?
Yeah. I mean, I put myself in the position there. I mean, I had the lead on the last lap. What more can you ask for? But I think I just made a mistake. I saw that New Begging was coming on the top with some help, and I decided to counter my inner Chase Elliott and throw a pretty late block. So maybe I should have stayed on the bottom and stayed with John, because John was doing a good job pushing. He ended up winning. So I think that was probably an error on my part, but I don't know. I just had block everything in my head. I'd already thrown a few at that point, so I figured, well, not one more. But I think that ended up costing me, because he had to check up and got the wall a little bit, and I lost all my help. So I mean, that's on me. And but that was a hell of a time. I thought that was really fun. That's one of the most fun I've had racing on here in a while. So I mean, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, man. I mean, coming down the line. I thought you would have had it. You went on the apron. I was like, man, might as well just try to make a pass down there, and it almost worked out. But how do you feel about next week for you?
Yeah, what tracks are next week? I actually don't know.
IRP and Michigan.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. IRP. That's a fun track. I just watched that race last week in real life, and I just think that's a good little short track. I love getting on the short tracks. I feel pretty good about them. And Michigan, it's going to be a lot like this, a little bit different, but there'll be some lifting. But I feel pretty good about both of those, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it was, man. I'll definitely be looking, for you on road courses because you absolutely swept the floor. But 1-2 finish here. It wasn't bad. But before I let you go, is there anybody that you want to thank? Anybody that you want to shout out that may be watching the broadcast?
Yeah, man. Just another huge shout out to Lucky Ducks Motorsports with Roasted Gems Coffee, RS Button Boxes, and Shady Designs. And huge thanks to Sim Racer Hub and Mr. Clinton Sneed for putting this deal on here. And huge thanks to Ghost Racing Network. Excited to watch this first broadcast, but I know you guys do a good job and I appreciate everything.
All right, man. Well, good 1-2 finish for you. See if you can repeat it, but make it 1-1 next week.
Yeah, we'll see, hopefully.
We'll bring in John Brunner. Hey, John, this is Bryson Booth. You got a copy, man? I think he may be muted. I'll give him a little bit to go unmuted. Hey, John, this is Bryson Booth. You got a copy? Oh, he's server muted. That's why he probably couldn't talk.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. For some reason, when you hop in the broadcast booth, it server mutes you. Sorry. But, dude, crazy last lap. You're able to take home the win. How did the race go for you overall, though, man?
I mean, overall, pretty well. I didn't expect much from this. Like, how, super speedways are. It's just, laying back most of the race and then just had fun at the end. And luckily, it worked out.
And you came from, seems like, almost nowhere on that last lap. I was like, where did the 87 come from? Then you were able to block Gabriel just enough. Hey, Gabriel tried to make it on the bottom, but you take home the win. I mean, how do you feel about that, though, knowing that it was a super speedway and it's kind of a toss-up for everybody?
I mean, a win is great. I still like to see how it match up with everyone else next week. So, it's still like, they always say the second week is the real racing after super speedway, but it's still fun, it's still good. Being able to put together a clean one, not get wrecked, and make it to the finish.
Yeah, man. Well, how do you feel about your chances next week, though?
We'll have to see. I'll have to do some practicing and see where I go with it. Usually I'm better on the road courses, so when it comes to ovals, I still need some work to do.
Yeah, man. Well, that was a good win for you. But now, before I let you go, is there anybody that you want to thank? Anybody you want to shout out that maybe watching the stream?
Just like thank the league, Sim Racer Hub, and especially Clinton setting it up and letting me join in once I heard about the league and doing it. This is the second season for me, so it's pretty fun. Something to look forward to each week.
Yeah, man, not bad at all. But I'll let you go here. But that was a good win tonight, though, John. See if you can repeat it next week, man.
We'll definitely try to. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, Andrew, what did you think of the race so far? Since my throat's gonna fall out my head.
Well, the race kind of it played out how we all predicted it would be. It was clean all throughout. It was actually more racing than I thought it would be. They got to their pit stops. They pitted. Everything was clean. A couple drivers made some errors, and we got one big wreck that did take out most of the field, and it was the survivors that actually battled out at the end.
Yeah, we almost saw a repeat winner, and Gabriel just wasn't able to pull it off at the end. But I'll run through this finishing order here, and I'm leave because my throat's gonna fall out of my mouth because I'm just so sorry if y'all have to deal with me coughing. I don't think I'll be better for tomorrow, but it shouldn't be too terrible. We might have somebody.
It's like the video.
Actually, no, I will have somebody in the booth tomorrow. I forgot about that. But here's the finishing order. John Brummer takes home the second race of tonight, followed by Gabriel Ellison, third, Doug Newbiggin, fourth, James Nelson, fifth, John Peely, sixth, Clinton Sneed, seventh, Joseph Plager, eighth, Michael Garone, ninth, Brian Knowles, 10th, Stu Leslie, 11th, Zachary Hackemeyer. I need to ask how to say his name. 12th, Wayne Lowe. 13th, Joey Okapin. 14th, Brandon Zimmerman. 15th, Matthew Ayla. 16th, Anthony Thurber, as that's race control. But, not a bad race overall, as we'll be back here on Tuesday, but we'll also be streaming again on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Don't have a stream Sunday, so I'm doing all that. But if y'all are still here and aren't subscribed, what are you doing? Might as well go ahead and subscribe. It's free. You can always unsubscribe. But thank y'all for dropping by. Share the channel, let it grow, and
Thank you for Debbie.
Yeah, and I'll roll these ads
and the streams.
Yeah, and I'll roll these ads, and I'll let y'all go here.